on EA Sports. On tap is what should be a pretty good matchup between the New York Jets and the Kansas City Chiefs. With that, we're off to Arrowhead for the call from Kansas City. We'll hand it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, as you'd expect for a late-season contest in this part of the country, chilly temps in the forecast here at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Arrowhead Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was just about off the charts. They're set for football as the Chiefs get set to do battle with the New York Jets.
Let's go.
Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And into a sea of red. We're underway in Kansas City. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Check. Check 53. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop.
Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now a draw play. This is Bell. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. And a glance now at the Chiefs' defense.
Tyrann Mathieu has a cornerback's build with safety skills. The Honey Badger knows where the football is.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he'll be brought down with a first. Down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 41-yard line.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? They'll go back to the ground with Bell. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. Rashad Breeland there defensively and able to knock that one down to the ground.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
On fourth down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 11. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away.
What are you doing?
But it does get away, and it's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Mahomes. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Come on.
And quickly the starting 11 now for the New York defense.
C.J. Mosley's your prototypical Alabama linebacker. They'll come downhill and smack you, but they understand the game so well.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. That's complete. It's Bell. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. He finds an opening past the 40. And he's finally taken down. And it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now here's Mahomes. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes being chased out left. He's going to take, and he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. A 13-yard touchdown run as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? But I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for two. Mahomes going to throw. Flush to his right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a two-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
Yeah, that's true. You've said that before. The New York set to take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
That's sweet. I just like getting drugged.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers.
Darnold, he lost the football. And it's
Run,
picked up by the
Batman!
Chiefs.
Run, Batman!
20,
Hey,
10.
hey, 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 Batman, let's go! Who was that?
And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes.
Oh, Travis!
But that's going to wind
Come on,
up
Kelsey, you got to catch
incomplete.
that, bub.
So now, Charles, 2 touchdowns, 2 tries at 2-point conversions, and both fail.
And you want to say, let's go ahead and run the kicker out there from now on. But the problem is you're chasing points at this stage. So now you got to dial up more 2-point conversions and hope you're successful from here on out.
Who's that thing, son? Oh, he gonna need that.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The New York set to take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball.
Hey,
When you're having
I don't
trouble
know what my guy
scoring
does.
and moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Hey, take off, little white boy. Hey, you ain't gonna catch me.
And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety. Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it.
A shot.
Looking
Yeah!
in zone, but it's incomplete.
I will always go for 2 no
They've got
matter
this
what.
big lead. They said, forget 1. We want 2. Instead, they got 0.
Unbelievable that they even attempted
backkick.
from the 15-yard line. What are they thinking? I do know this. When you fake one in this situation with that type of a lead,
he's taking it.
especially from the 15-yard line, oh, boy. I tell you what, meeting
What
them
was
again
he
somewhere down
thinking?
the line, they'll remember this. Yeah, they'll think that they were trying to clown him a little bit.
Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown one interception. He wants to balance that off with at least one touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Back to the air, Darnold on second down. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked up by Bashaud Breeland. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City.
I don't know what to say to that. I'm too goated.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the two-point try. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. It's Hill, complete. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3.
I'd have so many points, but I just kicked the freaking field goal.
I liked their attempt.
I was so
After the interception
psyched.
return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone. Keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
Let's try that one.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Hey, pick that off, young blood. What you doing?
You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the
What you
scoreboard.
doing, young
That's not a
blood?
good
What you
combination.
doing, home?
I think you
Now
just
you
called
can
it. I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it. You mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that they've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Now a pass taken in by the tight end Herndon. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker.
My bad.
Good gain of 9 on first down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Throwing again on second down. Darnold, and he's got it complete to Anderson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
The throw by Darnold, hauled in by the tight end Herndon. And he gets it down to the 32. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Darnold, incomplete.
Ain't gonna walk, Chief.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
To the air again, Darnold.
There you go. There you go. Not bad. Not bad.
It's knocked away, incomplete.
4th and 5. They're going to kick a field
I'll tell
goal.
you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Oh, he stopped.
This is going to miss left.
Oh, he
Not
stopped.
there either. It's no
Big
good either
stop.
way, and this score will stay right where it is. So a bit of a weird kick there. That wasn't an overly long attempt, but that never had a chance.
You almost wonder if he might have maybe got that one on the laces because it kind of knuckled on him a bit. And this one winds up in empty possession.
And now here comes Kansas City. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And a little floater there is incomplete.
What are you doing?
That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't
They ain't
simulate
gonna
it,
catch me.
right? So your
They ain't gonna catch me.
decision-making,
Got him.
everything
Hey,
has to be
Cosby.
quick.
Hey.
Sometimes
Dang.
it can throw you off until you adjust.
And they've got it well
can't catch
across
him.
midfield down to the 40 before it's all said
Good
and
call,
done.
timeout. Run
The
another.
Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
I'm calling it right now. Walking better be open or I'm hitting heel.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes.
Oh! Hey, catch that!
Picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. To throw, it's Mahomes.
Oh, hey! I should have gone and killed the entire time.
First down as the tackle made at the Jets 19.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Now he'll pull it down.
Go! No!
So come to halftime.
Should have thrown it.
We now proceed
I
to
get
the
the ball
start
back
of the
anyways.
second half.
Alright, should I go for it? Should I go for it?
The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football.
I go for it.
This will be fielded at the 6.
Ooh, God.
And an alley to run.
Oh!
Right down Broadway.
Where you going? Hey!
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. It's a kickoff return of 94 yards.
94 yards.
As his guys continue to pour it on. And you've used the phrase with me before, pressing the kicking game. What exactly does that mean? Because they did it there.
It means focusing on it, all aspects of it, because it's the third part of the game. Offense, defense, special teams. If you press the kicking game, create an advantage, make a big play, it often leads to victory. I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, I mean, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
This one taken from the 7. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
All right.
So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I
Come
I
on!
would love
Better
to have been
coverage.
in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they have something going, but they just... need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Now look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Again, it's Bell. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, You and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 15-yard line. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Now Bell. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. To throw is Darnold. Caught here by Bell. And he has the first down before he's tackled.
Come on! That's a bunch of horse radish.
Able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
Gun up the middle. Which way is it?
Now Bell.
Told you.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen.
Oh, you got to catch that.
In this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? And he's going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. We're back now in KC. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the 4th quarter. Ficken's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Well, it's a victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And he's loose again. The 20, 10. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. That'll go down as a 99-yard kick return as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And not wanting to take a shot out of the pocket.
If I can't do anything, I'm taking out your leg.
He had the option, decided to keep it. I don't know that it would have mattered either way, though. Defended pretty well.
It really was, wasn't it? Because option plays are really standard 2-point calls, and you have to prep against them, and they did their prep well on that one.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's
he caught my ankle.
But that offense, they're thinking, let's get
I thought it was going to fit, so I was about to take his ankle down.
You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell.
Nope.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2, Darnold. A screen to Bell. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. Only 2 on the screen pass there, and it'll be fourth down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take the mound, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out
flag,
of the game.
hold it.
That's always puzzled me a little bit.
Face mask.
Defense.
They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
And now he's going to use his legs. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Now, those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. Watkins alone on the left side.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. He'll try and run it, and he will get
out of the way, or I'll truck you.
Touchdown. This thing is ugly. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, you know, call it a game, call it whatever.
And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he gets in. Well, was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more.
Kelsey.
Partner, they're up
Kelsey, how you doing?
15 for a regular PAT. Yet they fake it and get it. Is the kicker's leg tired? What's going on here?
I don't know, but defensively, now with this deficit, now you add 2 more onto that. They fake the PAT. That stings a little.
It definitely stings, and I know the guys that I played for, they wouldn't be as mad at the opposition as they would have been at us allowing that to happen.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And Darnold, he lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And that might just a return for a late touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of...
And he takes off with it. It's a fake.
Oh, shit. Shit.
I don't think anyone
Kelsey, how you gonna get tackled like somebody has thrown on your side?
Blow up in their faces. They had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that two-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point? But after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for two and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
Let's see if they can score a touchdown.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
Get down, Russian boy.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down. Here's Darnold. Offense for them has been and he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 24. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We've got a plane to catch.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. We're done.
Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. Steps away to his left. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball.